Okay, are we good? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sam. I had this brilliant idea of doing a Q&A, but instead of doing all these like basic questions that honestly I don't think a lot of you are gonna care too much about, I wanted to do it Reddit style. What I mean is, if you go on Reddit, there's a thread, I think it's called Ask Questions, where people ask the most random things. I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't want to do a basic Q&A, and I thought, you know what, Reddit is full of some stuff. I feel like you guys would get to know my personality a little bit better through these answers. There's so much weird stuff in Reddit that, like, I feel like if you don't know who I am as a person after these, like, did you even watch the whole video? I'm just kidding. You know, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I just think it'd be I thought it was a cool idea. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on into the questions. And yes, in case you were wondering, I am sitting on my floor. For some reason, I tend to talk a little bit better if I'm sitting on my floor. I don't know why. I wish I knew why, and I wish that wasn't the case. But here we are, together, sitting on my floor. Let's just get on into it. Number one, what are your top 3 dipping sauces? So, for me, the OG has always been honey mustard. I love honey mustard with Bojangles fries. And if you're from the South, you know what I mean. Bojangles fries with honey mustard is just, it's like peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one without the other. Second favorite sauce, I would definitely say is buffalo sauce, hot sauce. If you watched my last vlog, I may have revealed that I put it on pretty much everything now. It's kind of bad. I'm here for a good time. I would also like a long time. And my third sauce, I would probably have to say ketchup. Can't go wrong with ketchup. Oh, this is a fun one. I remember seeing this on Reddit and being like, y'all, I got a story for y'all. When is the time you thought you were going to die? So, story time. The day before spring break senior year, we were having an international festival and I ate a piece of baklava because my friend told me it was nut-free baklava. I'm allergic to all nuts. I should preface this. I'm allergic to all types of nuts. And I've definitely had like little trace amounts before in the past and I was fine. Literally, I would just get like a little bump or something, nothing too serious. So me, being the fat ass I am, was like, oh, nut-free baklava? Like, literally give it to me. As I was editing this clip, I regret to inform you that literally all I could think of was that one TikTok. Oh my God, I'll insert it here.
Give it to me now!
Iconic, legendary, that's all I could think of. Oh, I'm simultaneously embarrassed yet. Yeah, I'm just embarrassed. Okay. So I ate it and I was like, oh, this is good. Like, I like it. And then literally 5 minutes later, I was like, my throat's real scratchy. Wonder what's happening. 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, it's kind of getting hard to breathe here. The strangest thought went through my head and I was like, it kind of seems like my throat's closing up. Interesting. So I walk up to the nurse's office and I call my mom and I'm like, hey, can you bring me Benadryl? Because usually Benadryl does the trick. She's like, yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's really getting hard to breathe. And the nurse is like, girl, I think you're going into anaphylactic shock. I was in shock, literally shock and in shock. I was like, no. And I was like, still can't breathe. I was like, maybe I am. Because I am literally a coward. I didn't want the EpiPen, but then I was like, you know what, just stab me. So she did, and the paramedics came, and guys, it was literally the scariest moment of my entire life. My eyes were literally swollen shut, but everything was black. I was just seeing like pixels in a weird way. My throat was so like tight. It felt like someone was choking me, and like not in a good way, you know? The paramedics came and they were putting an IV, and I remember I threw up and then I was like, am I gonna die? The female paramedic was like, no, you'll be fine. But like in my head, I still had the room to not believe her. Yeah, it was fun. Everyone got to see me wheel out. It's literally going into high school, that was one thing I never thought I would be. I never thought I'd be the person on a stretcher. But I really got the full high school experience, you know? This one is just for funsies. The last thing you texted goes on your tombstone. How will you be remembered? Let's go through messages. Yeah, it's good. Okay. I feel like that could be taken so many different ways, especially if it's on my tombstone. Like, what was good? Was I good? Was life good? What was so good if I'm dead? Take that as you will. Anyway, moving on. Question 3? 4? What is the weirdest thing people... I forgot I screenshotted this one. What is the weirdest thing people have told you you've said while you were sleeping? One thing that my roommate and I discovered in college is that I sleep talk a lot. Don't know why, considering I speak way too much already in the daytime. So I actually took a screenshot of this. Okay, I found it. You can read along on the side. For context, this is a group chat between one of my friends from high school and my roommate. My roommate goes, Sam is sleep talking a lot today, and it's so funny. My friend goes, what's she saying? And apparently I don't know what the hell I was dreaming that night, but apparently I said, bro. And then I said, I finally got them all, Mom. I finally got him. He's so cute, Mom. Then I waved at the ceiling. Times like this make me really question my sanity. How is it that even in my sleep, I'm still thinking of boys? Let me check the timestamp. At this time when this conversation happened, no. Sometimes I amaze myself. Anyway, what smells better than it tastes? Vanilla extract. And I clearly remember this. Like, I remember taking a sniff of vanilla extract and being like, wow, this thing is like amazing. And I know I tasted it and it tasted like, y'all, it tasted terrible. And I was so sad. And I remember seeing a post like on Instagram somewhere where this girl, she smelled vanilla extract and she was like, whoa, this is some good stuff. And her mom was like, you know what? Taste it. You'll love it. And like, being this naive 6-year-old, she tried it and she was like, holy shit. I think vanilla extract is one of those things that just like works good with other things, but like alone, you could not trust vanilla extract to do a project on her own because she would absolutely flunk that. I know how we started talking about projects and group projects. It might be because I have a paper coming up, but that's neither here nor there. So vanilla extract, the trickiest of extracts. Oh, I am illiterate. I didn't read this right. The last thing in your search history is a hint at the next 2020 event. What is going to happen? I'm kind of terrified for this, but let's go through this. I remember there was like a long time where my browsers were on private, not for reasons you think of, but just because I didn't want anyone to look at my search. Okay, that makes it sound terrible. Nothing more to say. I Googled a Korean word? Like the meaning? Hold on. Like, can you see that? I don't know if that's clear. Oh, I don't know what I clicked. I was Googling the title of a Korean song and I wanted to know what it meant, which apparently it means to believe. So I'm assuming this means believe that 2020 is gonna either get better or end soon. I don't care. I'll take either one at this point. Beggars can't be choosers. If you could make one thing really popular or unpopular again, what would it be? Let me tell you, I've put a lot of thought into this question. Okay. The ancient days, or like the 1400s, there were a lot of bad things going on, like the plague, which I think that may have been a little bit later, but like, forgive me, I'm not good at history. A lot of the religious things that were going on were bad, but like, God, they had like masquerade balls. I just want to dress up in like one of those like really big vintage like fluffy gowns, like the poofy gowns, and just go dancing and like have fun. Like, parties nowadays, I'm not gonna lie, most of them are just kind of like meh, you know? There's no, you know? Like, is this making sense? I hope my hand motions and shoulder shaking are really giving you what I'm trying to tell you. Because there's something about it that's just like so mysterious, and like the possibility of falling in love with a stranger but not knowing who they are until later on, like, which could probably speak to some like deeper issues that I have. Regardless, I think that would be a great thing to bring back. If we had to make one thing popular again, I would make it that. All right. What made you lose interest in your crush? Finding out he had a girlfriend? That's one. Well, that didn't really work. What has made me like a genuine crush? Like, I don't know, if they did stuff I didn't like, then it just immediately made me like, I don't like you. Okay, here's the thing. Let me clarify. I don't know. I feel like if they just had behaviors or like habits that I didn't like, if you want to do it, do it. I really don't care. But personally, for someone that I would like, then I would just kind of stop liking them. What is considered a punishment as a child but a reward as an adult? Or like, oh, you know what? We did have a punishment. My mom came up with this punishment that was, we call it face the wall, which is literally as it sounds. You just sit in front of a wall and stare at it. And I think as a kid, drove me like nuts. But now as an adult, in which I create daydreams in my head, I think it's called like maladaptive dreaming. Apparently it's not a good thing, but people do it, so like strength in numbers, you know? But if you told me to sit in front of a wall, that's fine. It's just not a punishment anymore. Yikes. I'm just exposing myself here out on the internet, but that's fine. What's the reason that you're so excited about life? I feel like this is a very philosophical question. I feel like it's on par with people being like, so what's the meaning of life? But honestly, I'm just excited about life because I feel like the possibility of not knowing where you're gonna end up is something that like you should look forward to. I definitely don't feel this every day. There are definitely days where I'm like, damn, life sucks, For me, thinking about where you could be a year from now, even if like situation right now sucks, you could be so much happier if you think about the things that could happen to you. It just, I don't know, that just gives me a reason to live. Next question, slightly less serious and philosophical. What food tastes good both hot and cold or room temperature? Okay, pizza. So I am less partial to cold pizza. I know a lot of people think it's like God's best work or whatever, but I don't like cold pizza that much, but I'll definitely eat it. Spaghetti. Spaghetti is good, hot, cold, or room temperature, and I live by that. I will eat cold spaghetti. The thing about cold spaghetti is like a little bit bordering on sad people food, as my friend likes to call it, but like it's still really good, and I would definitely eat that. I was gonna say pasta, but like, have you ever had cold chicken Alfredo? That shit is nasty. So final answer, pizza and spaghetti. Yeah. Who is an underrated actor? Who is an underrated actor or actress? I'm gonna just do actress because let's face it, a lot of men in Hollywood get the hype anyway. Okay, in my book, an underrated actress, what's her name? Julia Garner, I wanna say. Her name is Julia Garner. She plays Ruth on Ozark. Amazing, I love her so much. Like, her character was everything. She was so like fearless, and I feel like she portrayed that character so well, to the point where like, honestly, she'd do some shady stuff and still be rooting for her. What does that say about me? I don't know. She deserves all the awards. I love her. What hard to swallow pills did you discover? In my almost 20 years of life, a lot of them apparently. Number one, pills are hard to swallow. I'm actually very good at dry swallowing. I would say like the biggest hard to swallow pill for me was you're not gonna get closure with people that have hurt you. It always felt unfinished. I realized like you will not always get closure with that person. So I think you need to find closure with yourself. This is what the situation was. This is how it is now. And this is how it's just gonna be unless something happens. I definitely think that's something that has taken me a long time to come to terms with. What's the most valuable or interesting thing you've ever found on the ground? A syringe on the ground. It looked like someone ripped out like, you know, their IV needle and just like flung it on the ground. Which is littering. Whoever did that, it's littering. I was not expecting that. Also, I was thinking some other things, but I was like, nah, it can't be. Right? What is the worst response to I love you? Thanks. Moving on. And we have finally made it. No, we haven't made it to the last question. I am unable to count. What's something you hate but wished you loved? I don't hate a lot of like things. It's more of like foods. Does that count? I hate celery. Cooked celery, I can pretend easy enough that it's not there, but like raw celery just is not it, guys. Like, I kind of wish I loved it though, because the nutritional value, she's great. The taste, absolutely not there. All right, now we are at our last question. Finally made it there. In general, what is the weirdest encounter you've experienced with a stranger? I've probably had weirder, but like I can't quite remember. But like in the recent past, like from quarantine till now, I go running, like I wear spandex and like a shirt, you know, so it's not like I'm just in my sports bra, which if I was in it, maybe I could understand this, but like I wasn't. So I was running, right? And I didn't think it was like my breathing, but like this guy rolls down the road in a green convertible. And I'm like, okay, like there's a dude, let me try not to get hit by this car. And I kid you not, he literally sits up in the driver's seat, turns 180 degrees to stare at me, and his face is like, and I was like, can I help you? I don't think it was like an older man, so like I don't think it was like in a weird way, but like I don't know who it was, and I don't know what he saw that warranted that kind of behavior. I was like honestly a little bit freaked out because I thought maybe he saw something behind me and he was like shook by that. But like I really don't know what it was, and that's probably the weirdest encounter that I can remember. Let me think. Have I had anything else weirder? I don't really have weird encounters with people. I don't know. I just don't. But that one was definitely the strangest. If you guys made it to this point in the video, thank you. I know that was a lot of really random stuff. I wanted to put a spin on the normal Q&A. If you guys do want a normal Q&A, like your typical basic Q&A, I can also do that. If you want another part of this, I am more than willing to do that. Reddit is full of untapped potential, you guys. I feel like these questions are like the things that you would get to know people by. Like the way they answer, that's how you really know someone. In my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my new video next week. Bye.